हरिः ओम् नमः सर्वेभ्यः। अद्य कृदन्तप्रकरणस्य अष्टोत्तरशततमः पाठः। अस्मिन् वर्गे लटः शत्रुशानचावप्रथमासमानाधिकरणे इत्यस्य सूत्रस्य वाक्यार्थस्य अध्ययनं प्रारभामहे। प्रारम्भे वन्दनम्। येनाक्षरसमाम्नायमधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदूक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्तकौमुदीयं विरच्यते. So we have a 108th class today, and as I mentioned in the previous session, we want to go over a vakyartha of Latash Shatrushanachava Prathama Samanadhikarani in this class. And the vakyartha was shared with the group on the email, and this is what the vakyartha looks like. It was presented in Mahaganapati Vakyartha Sabha in 2008, some 12 years ago. So as I also mentioned that day, Mahaganapati Vakyartha Sabha is the most prestigious Vakyartha Sabha that happens in Shrungeri in front of Jagadguru, and only the scholars participate and they present their understanding of certain sutras. So when we say understanding of the certain sutras, it basically depends on various commentaries. They take different commentaries, explain the views, probably add their own interpretation or their own pakshas on the top of it, and present all this. So same Vakyartha was also presented in somewhere around 2017 in a slightly different style. If people are interested, I'll share that also on the group. But this is the Vakyartha that we actually want to discuss today and tomorrow. So it doesn't seem that it's doable in one class. So today and tomorrow we will go through this entire Vakyartha. So this is basically a small exercise for us. This is anyway a pretty advanced course in grammar, the Krudanta course. And those of you who are interested in these kind of studies, this is definitely an interesting avenue that you should explore further. And that's why I decided to spend this 1 or 2 classes for studying, understanding these kind of Vakyarthas. So before we start, let me just quickly remind, these points were also talked in the previous class, but let me just quickly remind. So what is our goal for this particular Vakyartha? Vakyarthas are typically written in an extremely precise scientific language, which is called as Navya Nyaya language. This Vakyartha will help us to understand what that language looks like. Some of you might have already studied it, some of you might be studying it. We will definitely not be studying this language in this particular course, but we'll at least get an idea of what it means to present something in a precise, error-free Navya Nyaya language. And second is obviously the subject matter. Let us Shatrushana Chava Prathama Samanadhikarane. Regarding this sutram, there are so many new things that are explained in the Bhasha, that are explained in various other commentaries, which we cannot learn in our course due to shortage of time or because it's out of our scope and so on. So it's our chance to understand these points. A quick warning before we move ahead, this Vakyartha is pretty complex for our level. So some places will definitely appear as if there is an unnecessary question has been created, unnecessary Purva Paksha has been presented, and then it has been rejected or it has been rectified using an Uttara Paksha. So all these arguments, we will be able to understand the depth of them probably once we go to that level. For now, it's perfectly okay if we just understand a basic background or basic level of understanding of this particular Vakyartha. So it's okay if you don't understand anything. It's okay if you get completely confused. The good news is that what we discuss today and what we discuss tomorrow is not going to be there for the exam. There is going to be no swadhyaya, no homework, and the Vakyartha specific material is purely as a food for thought. It's purely as an inspiration for you all to go and try out these things on your own, and it is not part of our exam work. No questions in the exam will be asked based on this particular vakyartha. So it's okay if you get confused. And obviously in the discussion today, I will skip a few sentences here and there, which are kind of deviations from the original argument, so that we, are in the particular time frame or in the particular frame of subject matter. So तत्र प्रारभामहे लटशत्रुशान चाव प्रथमा समानाधिकरणे इति वाक्यार्थः तृतीयाध्याये द्वितीयपादे इदं सूत्रं वर्तते। अनेन सूत्रेण लट् लकारस्य स्थाने अप्रथमा समानाधिकरण्ये सति शत्रुशानचौ इति द्वौ आदेशौ विधीयते. So this is a summary of the sutram that has been captured. पचन्तं देवदत्तं पश्य पचमानं देवदत्तं पश्य इत्येदिकम् उदाहरणम् इदमेव सूत्रं भाष्यकृद्भिः कथं व्याख्यातम्. So the vakyarthas can, focus on different commentaries. This is a vakyartha that focus on the Mahabhashyam. So he says idam sutram bhasyakrudbhihi katham vyakhyatam tadidanim parishilyate. So I also have the bhashya of Latashshatrushana Chava Prathama Samanadhikarane present over here on the screen. Obviously, we'll not go over the bhashya. This particular bhashya, the essence of this has been captured in this vakyartha. And over there, he says that when it comes to this particular bhashya, etat sutra bhashye etad adhikrutya trayah prashnaha krutaha. So he basically prepares the stage. He first says that there are three important questions that have been asked in this particular vakyartha. He will explain these questions one by one. So first of all, he lists down these questions 1, 2, and 3. And then even understanding the questions is a very difficult task. So he will explain these questions. Tatra prathama prashnasya ayam ashayah. Then he will go down. He will say dvitiya prashnasya ayam ashayah. Then he will further go down. Tritiya prashnasya ayam ashayah. And so on. He will elaborate on the three questions. And then he will give the explanation. So prashnanan samadhanani. प्रथम प्रश्नस्य समाधानं द्वितीय प्रश्नस्य समाधानं तृतीय प्रश्नस्य समाधानं. So he'll go on in that way. What we want to do is we want to go slow, and I want to discuss only the three questions in today's class without going to the answer, and in tomorrow's class I will discuss all the three answers. The benefit over here is that, or the primary reason over here is that once I explain these questions, some of you who are interested should be able to go back to this Vakyartha and try to interpret the answers in the light of your new understanding of the questions. Thereby, you will be able to learn a lot of things. And obviously, the material is extremely complex. If I decide to go slowly, it is not possible to cover this in the entire class. So let's start with this. The first question, lakarasya aprathama samanadhikaranyam katham yujyate. The second question, aprathama samanadhikarane iti paryudaso va prasajja pratishedho va. And the third question, prathama samanadhikaranye sati pachan pathati pachamanaha pathati ityadi prayogaha katham. The third is the easiest question to understand because we have already studied it in our course. If you say lataha shatrushana chau aprathama samanadhikarane, then how can you justify the prathama prayogas like pachan pathati, pachamanaha pathati, and so on? The answer to this particular question, we have already studied it in our course. This is our chance to understand how the Bhashyakara shows or reveals that answer to us. The second question, aprathama samanadhikarane iti paryudaso va prasajja pratishedho va. It is about this which is present at the beginning of this word. So anytime there is a negation using a nay samasa, remember in one of the classes, I think class number 13, we have studied that there are two different ways of interpreting it. There is something called paryudasa, there is something called prasajja pratishedha. And obviously, as soon as you see a prathama samanadhikarane, the question is this a paryudasa interpretation or is this a prasajja pratishedha interpretation? That is being discussed in this particular second question. And the first question, which is the most complex, most confusing, most elaborate, most involved, most intense, that is being discussed in the beginning. Lakarasya aprathama samanadhikaranyam katham yujyate. In simple language, it means asya shabdasya kaha arthaha. What sense does it make when we say lakarasya aprathama samanadhikaranyam asti? So there are actually multiple levels of interpretation, multiple levels of hidden questions over here. Some questions he has assumed and not even given an answer. Some questions he will introduce and then give an answer. So the very first question, the background that he has not even explained over here, is that what even does it mean to have an aprathama samanadhikaranyam for a lakara, even when I don't know what is a samanadhikaranyam, or even when I don't know what is aprathama samanadhikaranyam, the basic question is lakaras are never seen. There is not even a single sentence in Sanskrit language which has a lakara. You will say, what about Ramaha gacchati or Ramaha pathati? So in Ramaha gacchati or Ramaha pathati, there is a tip pratyaya over there, which was generated from the lakara, but lakara is no more there. I mean, they are completely different. Tip pratyaya is not even a krut pratyaya. Lakar is a krut pratyaya. Lakar is ardhadhatuka. Tip is sarvadhatuka. They are completely distinct entities. So lakara doesn't even exist in any of the sentences. So first of all, how can you define a property on a lakara? And once you decide to somehow define a property on a lakara, what would it mean to have an aprathama samanadhikaranyam? So the answer to this particular first component, they have not given in this particular Vakyartha. The other Vakyartha, as I mentioned, the one that was given in 2017, that Vakyartha discusses that in small details. So the basic idea is the same, that we don't see lakara in the usage, but we do see tip pratyayas or tibadeshas in the usage. So anything that is applied on tibadeshas, for all practical purposes, we'll assume that it was applied or it was mandated on the original lakara, and that's how the prayoga lakarasya kimapi samanadhikaranyam, that prayoga can actually exist. So when you say lakarasya aprathama samanadhikaranyam, technically or practical purposes, it will mean that lakarasya sthane yaha adeshah bhavati tasya samanadhikaranyam no chet aprathama samanadhikaranyam katham yujyate. So let's start with this background. Let's start with this particular question. Lakarasya aprathama samanadhikaranyam katham yujyate. Tatra prarambhe samanadhikaranyam iti kim tat paschamaha. So samanadhikaranyam, this is a bhava. Samanam adhikaranam, tasya bhavaha samanadhikaranyam. Adhikaranam means denoting. Abhidheyam iti arthaha. So two or more words, when they relate or when they refer to the same entity, we say that there is a samanadhikaranyam. So simple examples, I've given two examples on the slide. So Janakyaha Sitayaha Patihi Dasharathihi Ramaha Gahanam Vanam Pravishtavan. Ityasmin vakye Janakyaha and Sitayaha, these two words, they represent the same person. Patihi, Dasharathihi, Ramaha, and even Pravishtavan. All of these words represent the same person. And Gahanam and Vanam represent the same entity. So then there is a Samanadhikaranyam between Janakyaha and Sitayaha. There is a Samanadhikaranyam between Patihi, Dasharathihi, Ramaha, Pravishtavan. And there is a Samanadhikaranyam between Gahanam and Vanam. So in simple language, yatra yatra samanadhikaranyam asti tatra tatra samana vibhakti pratyayena tasya nirdeshaha bhavati. The second example will also show this. Pravahantyaha yamunayaha. So there is a samanadhikaranyam over here. Uttaratate virajamanaha ayam vishalaha durgamaha parvataha and arohitaha. All this is in the prathama, so there is all referring to the same entity. And then Vasudevena Krishnena. So again, this is both of them are referring to the same entity. So there is all Samanadhikaranyam in these particular individual words. So yatra yatra Samanadhikaranyam bhavati tatra tatra Vishishta Vibhakti Pratyena Tesham Nirdeshaha Kriyate. prathama, dvitiya, tritiya, and so on. And therefore, the concept of samanadhikaranyam would make perfect sense for nama padas, for the nouns, and not for the kriya padas, because you don't have this prathama, dvitiya, tritiya vibhaktis for the kriya padas. So first of all, when you say samanadhikaranyam, that word doesn't quite resonate with the ting pratyayas or the lakaras as we are talking about. So lakarasya sthane ye tibadeshaha bhavanti tesham samanadhikaranyam iti kaha arthaha iti tatra prathamah prashnaha. And then somehow if we get an answer to that, tatra aprathama samanadhikaranyam ityasya kaha arthaha iti dvitiyah prashnaha. So these two questions he will now explain to us. Answers are not being given right now. He is basically going to explain these two questions to us. So tatra prathama prashnasya ayam ashayah लक् कर्मणि च भावे च अकर्मकेभ्यः इति सूत्रेण लकारादयः कर्तरि कर्मणि च विहिताः ते च क्रियाप्रधानमाख्यातम् इति निरुक्तवचनात् तिङन्तघटितवाक्ये क्रियां प्रति गुणीभूतं कर्तारं कर्मकारकं च अभिदधति. Pretty loaded sentence. Let's go slow. Laha karmani cha bhave cha akarmakebhyaha. This is the sutram that is at the key of our discussion. So let's recollect that sutram quickly. Lak karmani cha bhave cha akarmakebhyaha ityanena sutrena kimuchyate sakarmaka dhatubhyaha lakaraha kartari bhavanti nochet karmani bhavanti. If you take a sakarmaka dhatu, say gachati or pathati, so for that dhatu, the lakara pratyay can be in the kartari sense. So for example, Ramaha pustakam or grantham pathati, or it can be in the karmani sense, Ramena granthaha pathyate. So sakarmaka dhatubhya lakaraha kartararthe bhavanti nochet karmarthe bhavanti. अकर्मक धातुभ्यः तत्र कर्तरि, दिस इज अ टाइपिंग मिस्टेक, अकर्मक धातुभ्यः लकाराः तत्र कर्तृर्थे भवन्ति नो चेत् भावे भवन्ति, because there is no karma, you cannot have a karmani sense, so it's either कर्तृर्थे or bhave. For sakarmaka it's either कर्तृर्थे or karmani, so कर्तरि is always there, it is either karmani or it is either bhave. So अकर्मक धातुभ्यः लकाराः कर्तृर्थे नो चेत् भावे भवन्ति. कः अर्थः? अलकार will indicate a karta or it will indicate a karma. Specifically talking about the sakarmaka dhatus, the lakara will either indicate a karta or lakara will indicate a karma. So devadattaha odanam pachati atra ayam lakaraha kartruvachakah asti atah atra lakarena kartuhu nirdeshah kriyate. Similarly, devadattena odanah pachate atra lakaraha karmavachakah asti अत्र लकारेण कर्मपदस्य कर्मणः निर्देशः क्रियते. Why is this particular sutram crucial over here? It is very crucial because this is the sutram that will give a link between the verbs and the nouns. We are talking about samanadhikaranyam. Samanadhikaranyam is only feasible for nouns, and now this particular sutram is helping us to connect those dhatus with the nouns, which then can be translated into the language of samanadhikaranyam. So that is exactly what he explains in this vakyartha, in this paragraph over here. लक्कर्मणि च भावे च अकर्मकेभ्यः इति सूत्रेण लकारादयः कर्तरि कर्मणि च विहिताः. The lakaras are used either in the kartari sense or in karmani sense. Te ch kriya pradhanam akyatam iti nirukta vachanat. So there is a sentence in the nirukta, there is a well-known proposition in the nirukta which says kriya pradhanam akyatam sattva pradhanani namani. The verb forms, the tingantas, they indicate the kriya, they indicate the action. Obviously, I mean, there is nothing rocket science going on over here. The verbs indicate the kriya, the names, the subandhas indicate the qualities. So when you take a sentence and start reading it, yatha, this is an example, ayam parvataha suduraha vishalaha durgamaha. All these words indicate some or other qualities, and eventually at the end of it, when you say drishyate, bhasate, there immediately a kriya comes in the picture. So the verb forms, the tingantas, indicate the kriya over here. This kriya gets now linked to either the karta or the karma purely because of this sutram lak karmani cha bhave cha karmakebhyaha. So tingantas are actions, the subantas have the gunas, the qualities. The link between the action and the quality is this lak karmani cha bhave cha karmakebhya, very important sutram. And that's what he subtly mentions over here. क्रिया प्रधानम आख्यातम इति निरुक्त वचनात् तिङन्त घटित वाक्ये, तिङन्त घटित वाक्ये इत्युक्ते तिङन्तेन यत्र निर्देशः कृतः अस्ति. When there is a tinganta padam, say Ramaha pachati, in that particular sentence, the word pachati, how can it directly resonate with Devadattaha? It is because of this sutram lakkarmani cha bhave cha karmakebhyah. So he says kriya pradhanam akhyatam iti nirukta vachanat tinganta ghatita vakye kriyam prati guni bhutam. The namani are sattva pradhanani, they have the guna. This guna is somehow indicated by the kriya. So guni bhutam kartaram karmakarakam cha abhidadhati. When we say devadattaha, say pachati, odanam pachati, the pachati word indicates devadatta. A kriya is indicating or is directly getting into relation with a guna. Let's take the next sentence and then this whole thing will be much clear. So tathacha devadattaha odanam pachati odanaha devadattena pachyate इत्यादि वाक्येभ्यः क्रिया प्रधानक बोधे जाते सति तत्र क्रियायां कर्तृकारकस्य कर्मकारकस्य च विशेषणत्वेन अन्वयः. Pretty loaded sentence, but let's go slowly. The first thing that he says is kriya pradhanaka bodhe jate sati. When you are doing a shabda bodha with kriya as a central entity, what is exactly shabda bodha? Shabda bodha is a process of in or unambiguously explaining or determining the meaning of a sentence using the precise scientific Navya Nyaya language. So this is called Shabda Bodha. Different branches, the Pada, Vakya and Pramana. We say Pada, Vakya, Pramana to refer to Vyakarana Shastra, Mimamsa and Nyaya. So these three branches have their own mechanisms of Shabda Bodha. Those of you who have studied Dhatvartha Prakaranam from Bhushanasara would definitely know this. So in the Vyakarana Shastra, the Shabda Bodha, the central entity in a sentence is the Kriya. That's where everything is linked to, or that's where everything starts from when you start to give the meaning of the sentence. So tatra ekating vakyam iti vadamaha. The primary entity is the Kriya, and from that Kriya, everything gets linked to. So this Shabda Bodha is centralized around the Kriya. This is very similar to how you do an anvaya in the akanksha paddhati. So when you have unknown shloka, you start with a verb. Say gacchati, kaha gacchati, kutra gacchati, kena saha gacchati, punaha kena saha gacchati. So you keep on asking the questions and keep on adding the extra entities on the top of it. That's exactly how it happens, obviously in a more scientific and unambiguous manner. So the Shabda Bodha that is centralized around a Kriya. So if you take a simple sentence like Devadattaha Odanam Pachati, if you want to show a Shabda Bodha of this particular sentence, you will start with the Pachana Kriya and you say this is a Vikliktyanukulaha Vyaparaha. Even if you don't understand, obviously you will understand, but even if you don't understand what this Vikliktyanukula Vyapara means, for now it is sufficient to understand that Viklikti means moistening, softening of those rice particles. So when you say Devadattaha Odanam Pachati, the effective goal is that you take those hard rice grains and then you soften them, you moisten them. Vyapara means actions. Whichever actions, it's not a single action, it could be a group of actions. So, switching on the gas and putting the utensil, putting water in it, and so on. So, a group of actions that finally result in the moistening, softening of the rice particles, that is Vikliktyanukula Vyaparaha. Now, when you have this particular Vyapara, you then attach other entities to it. So you say, who is the Karta? So Devadatta Kartrikaha. Who is the Karma? Odana Karmakaha. Say other entities might be there, you can expand it on the Shabda Bodha. But eventually, a simple Shabda Bodha, for example, here will look like Devadatta Kartrukaha, Odana Karmakaha, Vikliktyanukulaha Vyaparaha. So this is how the Shabda Bodha looks like, and that's what he's explaining over here. So Devadattaha Odanam Pachati, Devadattena Odanam Pachate, Ityadi Vakyebhyaha, Kriya Pradhanaka Bodhe Jate Sati. When you start with Vikliktyanukulaha Vyaparaha and you add a Kartru and Karma as a Visheshana on the top of it, क्रियायां कर्तृकारकस्य कर्मकारकस्य विशेषणत्वेन अन्वयः देवदत्त कर्तृक विक्लित्यनुकूल व्यापारः ओदन कर्मक विक्लित्यनुकूल व्यापारः इति. So that's exactly what has been explained over here. Now, why does whole of this thing matter over here? This particular sentence shows us that this vyapara, this kriya can now have a samanadhikaranyam with Devadatta, or it can have a samanadhikaranyam with Odana. So in the Kartari Prayoga, we have a samanadhikaranyam with the Karta. So we say Devadattaha Pachati, Devadattaha Pachanti. So this is a samanadhikaranyam. When the Vachana of one changes, Vachana of another changes. That's exactly samanadhikaranyam. So in the previous sentence, Ayam Parvataha, if you change it to Ete Parvataha, Suduraha, Vishalaha, Durgamaha, so everything will change. That's the Samanadhikaranyam. So in the Kartari Prayoga, we have Devadattaha Pachati, Devadattaha Pachanti. In Karmani Prayoga, we will have Odanaha Pachate, Odanaha Pachante. So here the Lakara has a Samanadhikaranyam with the Karma. In the previous case, the Lakara has a Samanadhikaranyam with Karta. This is how it is possible to have a Samanadhikaranyam of the Lakara with the Karma or the Karta. So, coming back to the original sentence, Lakarasya aprathama Samanadhikaranyam katham yujyate. So, there were three questions embedded over there. First was, तत्र लकारः कुत्रापि न श्रूयते चेत् तस्य सामानाधिकरण्यस्य कुत्र विषयः? तस्य किमुत्तरं? लकारः नास्ति परन्तु तिबादेशाः सन्ति, अतः तत्र तिबादेशानां विषये यत्किमपि वक्तव्यं तदेव लकारस्य विषये उच्यते. So this is one answer. This is the answer to the first question. The second question was, what would it make sense to say there is a samanadhikaranyam of the lakara? Now we have answered that particular question, that because we have a sutram lakkarmani cha bhave cha karmakebhyah, the lakara can have a samanadhikaranyam with karta and karma. The third question now over here is tatra aprathama samanadhikaranyam bhavitum asti va. So that is the most central question. That okay, let us agree that there will be a samanadhikaranyam because we directly have a sutram called lakkarmani cha bhave cha karmakebhyah. But let's think on what kind of samanadhikaranyam is it. Is it prathama samanadhikaranyam? Is it dvitiya samanadhikaranyam? Is it panchami samanadhikaranyam? What kind of samanadhikaranyam it is? Let's think about it. So in all these examples, you can see there is always a samanadhikaranyam with the prathama. So pachati ityatra devadattaha iti prathamayam asti. Pachanti ityatra devadattaha iti prathamayam asti. Pachate ityatra odanaha iti prathamayam asti. So sarvatra atra prathamante naiva samanadhikaranyam drishyate. तर्हि एतानि सम्यक् उदाहरणानि सम्पूर्णरूपेण लिखितानि न सन्ति उत तत्र प्रथमाभिन्नं सामानाधिकरण्यं नैव दृश्यते इति प्रश्नः. So in order to understand that, first of all, we need to understand why is Prathama coming over here. So this Devadatta is technically a Karta, and by Kartrukaranayos Tritiya, it should actually get a Tritiya. But all these sutras, Kartrukaranayos Tritiya and others, are present in this Anabhihite Adhikara. Many of you would have already studied this particular part. Anabhihite Adhikara tells us that yatra yatra. So this particular Anabhihite Adhikara, we can actually go over here. This Anabhihite Adhikara gives the list of all sutras with the vibhaktis. So Prathama Vibhakti, look at this Karmani Dvitiya. Many of you must have memorized this particular part by now. So Karmani Dvitiya, Tritiya cha, and there is Chaturthi Sampradane, then there is Panchami Apadane, and so on. Shashti is there, Saptami is there, Apadane, Panchami, and so on. So this particular section gives all the vibhaktis. The primary condition or the primary entry point for applying these vibhaktis is this sutram called Anabhihite. So yadidam urdhvam anukramishamaha anabhihite ityeva tadveditavyam. What is anabhihite? Kena anabhihite? Anabhihite means not represented, not indicated. Kena anabhihite? Tinkruttadhita samasaihi anabhihite. So we'll ignore the remaining part, but tatra ting pratyayena yatra kartuhu nirdeshaha na krutaha asti tatraiva कर्तृकरणयोस्तृतीया इति तृतीया विभक्ति भवति इति अत्र आशयः. सो तिङन्तेन निर्देशः न क्रियते चेदव एते विभक्तयः एताः विभक्तयः भवन्ति. So if you take this statement, Devadatta Odanam Pachati. So here Devadatta is Karta, Odana is Karma. Karma can have Dvitiya because Karma is not being indicated by the Lakara. Lakara is being used in the Kartarartha sense. So Karmani Dvitiya ityanena Odana Shabdasya Avasham Dvitiya Bhavati. Parantu tatra Devadatta Shabdasya Vishaye Kim Chintanam? Pachati ityanena Devadattasya ityukte Manushasya itina Kartuhu. Devadattस्य कर्तुः निर्देशः पूर्वमेव कृतः अस्ति. Because the lakar is used in the kartari sense, it has already referenced the karta, and therefore the karta in this particular sentence is already abhihita, is already indicated. Why do we say already indicated? Because it is kriya pradhanam vakyam. We start with the kriya. So as soon as you start with the pachati, you know that this is already indicated the kriya. Now comes say odanam, and you say karma has not been indicated, so let's have karmani dvitiya. And then comes devadatta, and you says hold on, I cannot really use a tritiya by kartrukaranayoho tritiya because the karta is already being indicated. So pachati ityaneneva kartuhu abhidhanam. अतः देवदत्त शब्दात् कर्तृकरणयोस्तृतीया इति तृतीया न भवति. Pratipadika is not indicated in the tinganta. So the meaning of the Devadatta has not been indicated. There is a difference. Devadatta indicates the Devadatta himself and the Karta, out of which the Karta has already been indicated, but Devadatta himself is not indicated. So Pratipadika na uktaha. अतः प्रातिपदिकार्थ विषय की या विभक्ति प्रातिपदिकार्थ लिंग परिमाण वचन मात्रे प्रथमा इत्यनेन प्रथमा विभक्ति अवश्यम भवति. Therefore in Devadatta Odanam Pachati you get a prathama. For the same reason in you say Devadattena Odanaha Pachate, you get a prathama on the Odana. So see how we are now trapped in our own logic. We said lak कर्मणि च भावे च कर्मकेभ्यः is the sutram that will allow a link between kriya and nama. But if we have to rely on that link, then the corresponding nama was already represented by the kriya, and therefore that will only go in the prathama. Let me repeat this point. This is the crucial observation over here. The lakarasya samanadhikaranyam tasya arthaha kada asmabhi avagataha yatra lak karmani cha bhave cha karmakebhya iti sutrena lakaranam कर्तृपदेन नो चेत् कर्मपदेन तत्र अन्वयः उद्भवति तत्रैव सामानाधिकरण्यम् इति शब्दस्य अर्थः स्पष्टः भवति. The lak karmani cha bhave cha karmakebhyah puts a link between the kriya and the nama, but as soon as we establish that link, we have to accept that the link exists because the lakara is already representing the kriya or the karma or the karta. And if lakara is already representing the karma or the karta will be in prathama. So eventually, the very first argument that we started with has brought us into the trap. What is the trap? Lakarasya samanadhikaranyam sarvada prathamante naiva bhavati. You cannot have anything other than prathama for a samanadhikaranyam with the lakara. तर्हि अप्रथमा सामानाधिकरण्य इत्यनेन कः आशयः इति अत्र प्रश्नः. So that's exactly the observation that he just captures in one line. Evancha, this blue colored line, it's the central question that we are now arriving at. Evancha lakarasya devadattena सह ओदनेन सह प्रथमान्ते नैव सामानाधिकरण्यं नियमेन विद्यते न tu anyena. The samanadhikaranyam will only be with the prathama. It will not be with anything else. And therefore, what does the word aprathama samanadhikaranyam mean over here? That is the fundamental question that is being asked. So somebody is asking, what is the meaning of abhidadhati? Darshayati, they represent, they indicate. So kriyam prati gunibhutam kartaram karmakarakam cha nidarshayati iti arthaha. Now, when this question has been put over here, he tries to go one step further and he tries to show us that where can exactly a prathama samadhanikaranyam make sense. So first he is showing us that for lakara prathama samanadhikaranyam is the only thing that can make sense. Now he will tell us where can a prathama samanadhikaranya will also make sense, not in case of lakara, somewhere else. Where can a prathama samanadhikaranyam make sense? So then, because he eventually wants to combine the two things. First, he's now showed us that for lakara there is only prathama samanadhikaranyam. Then he will show that somewhere else a prathama samanadhikaranyam in the context of the kriya is also possible. And then he will ask us eventually, how do you join the two things? So that's the next sentence, pretty loaded, but let me read it and then we will parse it slowly. So yadi, so now he puts a different paksha. He says, if by some chance something else happens, then we might be able to do a samanadhikaranyam with non prathama. So yadi devadatta odanayoho anyasyam kriyayam anvayah syat tada kriyantara nirupitam karakantara shaktim adaya vibhaktyantarotpattau lakarasya aprathama samanadhikaranyam yujyeta. So what he is saying is that it is not true that kriya will always have only prathama samanadhikaranyam. What is true? Lakara will have only prathama samanadhikaranyam. But kriya is different than lakara. Kriya can also get some other pratyayas, like say for example krut pratyaya. And if the kriya gets a krut pratyaya, then it is possible to have a samanadhikaranyam of that particular kriya because it has now been sugar coated with the particular krut pratyaya. सो पाचकः देवदत्तः गच्छति इति वाक्यं स्वीकुर्मः. तत्र पाचक इत्यत्र पच इति धातुः अस्ति, गच्छति इत्यत्र गम इति धातुः अस्ति. So now we have simultaneous two dhatus and one of them can have an anvaya with another. In general, when you have lakaras, we say ekating vakyam, so you cannot have two lakaras or two tingantas in the same sentence. But here we have a dhatu which is not represented using a ting pratyaya. It is represented using a krut pratyaya. And in this way, it is possible to have an anvaya with a different kriya. So the point is simultaneously two kriyas are now present over here and then one kriya can have a non-prathama samanadhikaranyam. So pachakaha devadattaha gacchati pakvaha odanaha drishyate etadrishesh udahareshu kim asti atra पच धातु घटितस्य देव पाचक शब्दस्य और पक्व शब्दस्य, whichever. So I'll fix this typo. पच धातु घटितस्य पाचक शब्दस्य देवदत्तेन सह अन्वयः. This pachaka has now an anvaya with devadatta. Now understand, very interesting. Gacchati also has an anvaya with devadatta thanks to lak karmani cha bhave cha karmakebhyah. Pachaka also has an anvaya with devadatta thanks to kartari kruta. And now, because Pachaka is a Krudanta, because it has a Vibhakti Pratyaya, you can immediately change that and say Pachakam Devadattam Pashyati. Kaschan Ramaha Pachakam Devadattam Pashyati. So as soon as you do this particular arrangement, this word Pachakam gets a Karaka Shakti, gets a Karakatva purely because of its Anvaya with Pashyati. So this observation has been captured in this very heavy word, heavy phrase, Kriyantara Nirupita Karakantara Shakti. Kriyantara Nirupita, there is an other Kriya or the main Kriya over here, the Mukhya Kriya, Pashyati. This Pashyati will have various Karakas attached to it. That particular, out of those many Karakas, one of them is being given to the Pachaka. So karma karakatva is being given to Pachaka. So the karakatva in the Pacha dhatu, whether we should say it is Pacha dhatu or not is questionable, but the karaka is on the Pachaka word underlying which is a Pacha dhatu. So it is quite possible that Pacha dhatu is in a Prathama Samanadhikaranyam thanks to this Krut Pratyaya, which makes it a Pratipadika, and therefore we can have multiple vibhaktis associated with it. सो अत्र पच धातु घटितस्य इत्युक्ते पच धातुना निर्दिष्टस्य देवदत्त पाचक शब्दस्य इति अर्थः. सो अत्र पच धातु घटितस्य पाचक शब्दस्य देवदत्तेन सह अप्रथमा सामानाधिकरण्येन अत्र अन्वयः भवति. So you can say pachakam. You cannot use a tingant. If you use a tinganta over here or if you use a lakara over here, that's not possible. We are not there. He has not yet introduced Shatru and Shanach. So that's not possible. But if you use Krudanta over here, it's very much evident. That's exactly what is being explained in this particular long sentence. So yadi, now it will be easy to understand. Yadi devadatta odanayoho, either of them, either the karta or the karma. Yadi devadatta odanayoho anyasyam kriyayam anvayah syat. In a sentence like Pachakaha Devadattaha Gacchati, there is a simultaneous anvaya with the two kriyas, one of them being the main kriya Gacchati, other is the Anyasyam kriyayam. This is the Pacha dhatu, the Vikliptyanukula Vyapara, that particular kriya. So Anyasyam kriyayam anvayah syat tada क्रियांतर निरूपितां कारकांतर शक्तिम आदाय. The Gacchati Kriya will have Karakas on it. One of them can be Devadatta, and because Devadatta has an Anvaya with, say, Pachaka, Pachaka will follow along with it. So, Kriyantara Nirupitam Karakantara Shakti Madaya Vibhaktiyantara Utpattau, because the different Vibhaktis will be generated, Lakarasya Aprathama Samanadhikaranyam Yujyeta. So if this word like Pachaka was a Lakara generated word, only then Aprathama Samanadhikaranyam on the Lakara would make some sense. That's what he's saying. Yadi, if this particular Pachaka style word was made from a Lakara, which generates a Pratipadika. So it's actually coming to the answer that it's a Lakara which is generating a Pratipadika, and then that can transfer into different vibhaktis because of Kriyantara Nirupitam Karakantara Shakti. That will allow us to have a Prathama Samanadhikaranya. So now he is explaining with a different example. I gave Pachakaha Pachakam Devadattam Pasha. He's giving a different example. Pakvavantam Devadattam Pasha. So Pakvavantam Devadattam Pasha. Pakvena Odanena Truptaha. Similar examples. इत्यादि स्थले देवदत्तस्य पाकक्रियाकर्तृत्वे अपि ओदनस्य पाकक्रियाकर्मत्वे अपि. So when you say pakvavantam devadattam pasya, devadatta is actually the karta of the pacha dhatu. It is not the karta of the drusha dhatu. Ramam Ramah tatra pashyati. So hey Rama pakvavantam devadattam pasya. So who is the, which is the action associated with Devadatta? The primary action associated with Devadatta is cooking. Devadatta was the cook. Pakvavantam Devadattam. So Devadattस्य पाकक्रियाकर्तृत्वे अपि ओदनस्य पाकक्रियाकर्मत्वे अपि अन्यस्यां क्रियायाम् अन्वयात्. Say pashya, gachati, truptaha. A different kriya is simultaneously being applied. So anyasyam kriyayam anvayat. Devadatta will get a dvitiya. Odana will get a, say, tritiya. So Devadatta Odana Vachakabhyam. So Devadattam Pasha, with Devadatta gets a tritiya. Odanena Truptaha. So Odana gets a tritiya. And because this Pakvavanta is now a Visheshana to Devadatta, it will automatically get a dvitiya. Because Pakvena is a Visheshana with Odanena, it will automatically get a tritiya. That's a Prathama Samanadhikaranyam. So Pakvavantam Devadattam Pasya Pakvena Odanena Truptaha इत्यादि स्थले देवदत्तस्य पाकक्रिया कर्तृत्वे अपि ओदनस्य पाकक्रिया कर्मत्वे अपि अन्यस्यां क्रियायाम् अन्वयात् देवदत्त ओदनवाचकाभ्यां यथाक्रमं द्वितीया तृतीयोः उत्पत्तौ तद विशेषणीभूतस्य पच धातु घटितस्य शब्दस्य. That's what I'm saying. If Devadatta goes in the tritiya, the visheshanam of that pakvavanta, that is the pach dhatu ghatita shabda. Pach dhatu nirmita shabda iti samanya bhashayam vadamaha. Pach dhatu ghatita shabdasya aprathama samanadhikaranam yujyate. And that's how the pakvavantam, this is aprathama samanadhikaranyam over here. Kintu. Now, this last point is the crucial point, that all this is possible because that poor Pakvavantam or that poor Pakvena is a Krudanta. Even if it is a Dhatu sitting over there, it is at the end of the day, it is a Krudanta, it is not a Lakara, so it gets a Pratipadika Samnya and it can run across various Vibhaktis. So, Kintu Tatra Pach Dhatu Ghatitasya Krudantatvena सत्वप्रधानानि नामानि इति निरुक्तवचनात् द्रव्यस्य प्राधान्यात्. It is a dravya object, it has qualities, it can have anvaya with the kriya, it can get the karakatva. Dravyas are the one that will get karakatva, and therefore vibhakti parivartanam can happen. So dravyasya pradhanya tatra kriyantaram prati anvayasya sambhavad ukta vyavastha upapadyate. So atra pachadhadu ghatitah shabdah krudantah asti. This is the most crucial thing. पचधातु घटितः पाचकः शब्दः कृदन्तः अस्ति अतः तस्य क्रियान्तरं प्रति पश्य इति क्रिया सदृश क्रियां प्रति कर्मकारकत्वेन अन्वयः संभवति. अनेन प्रकारेण अत्र अप्रथमा सामानाधिकरण्यं युज्यते. This particular pachaka word here, for example, or say pakvavan or say pakva, whatever are these words, if they happen to be made from the lakaras, our problem is solved, because then lakara can have a prathama samanadhikaranyam. Here Ranvul is having a prathama samanadhikaranyam, Kta is having a prathama samanadhikaranyam. Similarly, if you can have a solution where the lakara is used, then that will give a prathama samanadhikaranyam. So evameva yadi अत्र पचधातु घटितः शब्दः लकार प्रत्यय निर्मितः स्यात् तर्हि लकारस्य अपि अप्रथमा सामानाधिकरण्येन अन्वयः भवेत्, परन्तु तथा कुत्रचित् न दृश्यते. You do not see this particular thing. यतः तिङन्तस्य तिङन्तेनैव अन्वयः सम्भवति. अतः लकार प्रत्ययान्त शब्दस्य प्रथमया सह एव अन्वयः. So तिङन्तस्य, I shouldn't say तिङन्तेन, यतः तिङन्तस्य कर्तृकारकेण नो चेत् कर्मकार नैव करेक्ट सॉरी यतः तिङन्तस्य तिङन्तेन नैव अन्वयः सम्भवति I missed this part. So तथा न कुत्रचित् दृश्यते यतः तिङन्तस्य तिङन्तेन नैव अन्वयः सम्भवति. You cannot have one tinganta having an अन्वय with another because it's ekatinga vakyam. There is only one tinganta in a sentence. So you cannot have, even if you say Ramaha pathati pashyati cha, it's actually two sentences Ramaha pathati and Ramaha pashyati which have been for convenience combined together. So tingantas have an अन्वय with say karta or karma. So yataha tingantasya कर्तृकारकेण कर्मकारकेणैव अन्वयः भवति तिङन्तेन नैव अन्वयः सम्भवति अतः लकार प्रत्यान्त शब्दस्य प्रथमया सह एव अन्वयः. So that's exactly what he says over here. Prakrute, second most important bullet in this argument, prakrute tu tinganta ghatita vakye. In a sentence like Ramaha pachati, there is a tinganta over here. Tingantarthasya kriyaya एव प्राधान्यात् तत्र विशेषणीभूतस्य कारकस्य क्रियान्तरं प्रति असंभवः. A krudanta can be linked to the kriya. One tinganta cannot be linked to another kriya. So that's he says तिङन्तार्थस्य क्रियायाः एव प्राधान्यात् तत्र विशेषणीभूतस्य कारकस्य क्रियान्तरं प्रति a different kriya. Like how Pachaka was connected with Gachati, or Pachakam was connected with Pasha, you cannot have one tinganta connected to another tinganta. Kriyantaram prati anvayasya asambhavaha. Therefore, the whole solution will be easily obtained if you can prove that it is possible to have lakara like the word Pachaka has been used. Otherwise, this particular prathama samanadhikaranyam would not make any sense. So ekatra visheshanataya anvitasya anyatra visheshana ayogat iti niyamat. And then some he basically gives a drishtanta from some other Nyaya Shastra from Gadadhara, one of the branches of Nyaya Shastra, but we'll ignore those particular 3-4 gray colored lines. Again, it's a little bit divergence, so I don't want to go in those details. Whatever we have discussed so far is good enough. Quick summary: लकारस्य देवदत्तेन सह ओदनेन सह प्रथमान्ते नैव सामानाधिकरण्यं वर्तते is the first point. And तिङन्त घटित वाक्ये तिङन्तार्थस्य क्रियायाः एव प्राधान्यात् विशेषणीभूतस्य कारकस्य क्रियान्तरं प्रति अन्वयः न भवति is the second point. तस्मात्, therefore. So to quickly summarize the argument, लक् कर्मणि च भावे च कर्मकेभ्यः brings a link from the kriya, from the lakaras to the karta and to the karma. This particular link also forces us to have a prathama vibhakti because of the anabhihite sutram, and therefore the only possible samanadhikaranyam for the lakaras is the prathama samanadhikaranyam. A non-prathama samanadhikaranyam was possible if we were successful in generating a thing, a krudanta, like or a dravya which will have an anvaya with the kriya, like pachakaha. But that's not possible because all that we have, the inventory that we have, is all tingantas. Shatru and Shanach are not being introduced yet, so the inventory that we have is purely tingantas. So we will not be able to have an अन्वय with अप्रथमा सामानाधिकरण्यम. तस्मात् लादीनां नियमेन प्रथमान्ते नैव सामानाधिकरण्यात् अप्रथमा सामानाधिकरण्यम कुत्र संभवति येन इदं सूत्रं सार्थकं स्यात् इति प्रश्नस्य आशयः. So where can we have अप्रथमा सामानाधिकरण्यम? This is the question that is asked. Obviously, the answer is that you will have Shatru and Shanach Adeshas. The Shatru and Shanach Adeshas are used in Aprathama Samanadhikaranyam. You use a reverse relationship, Anumana, and then you conclude that Lakaras will also be used in Aprathama Samanadhikaranyam. All this we will discuss in tomorrow's class. So the question is, लादीनां नियमेन प्रथमान्तेनैव सामानाधिकरण्यात् अप्रथमा सामानाधिकरण्यं कुत्र संभवति येन इदं सूत्रं सार्थकं स्यात् इति प्रथमप्रश्नस्य आशयः. तदुक्तं भाष्यकृता लस्य अप्रथमा सामानाधिकरण्य अयोगात् आदेशानुपत्तिः यथा अन्यत्र इति. So basically, if you go to the bhashya, the first line in the bhashya over here is this: लस्य अप्रथमा समानाधिकरणेन अयोगात् आदेशानुपत्तिः. So in this vakyartha, he is verbatim quoting this line, and he is saying that whatever Bhashyakara has mentioned in this paragraph, which starts at this line, लस्य अप्रथमा समानाधिकरणेन अयोगात् आदेशानुपत्तिः यथा अन्यत्र, whatever has been discussed in this particular paragraph by the Bhashyakara is exactly what we discussed right now. So tadeva uktam bhashyakruta लस्य अप्रथमा सामानाधिकरण्य अयोगात् आदेश अनुपत्ति यथा अन्यत्र इत्यस्मिन् संदर्भे इति तत्र अर्थः. So this completes the first argument. There are a few, comments, questions, remarks over here, but I'm going to keep them aside because all these things need time for digestion. When you listen to this class, those of you who are seriously interested, listen to this once again, two times again, and then things will get registered in the brain. They will start percolating in the consciousness, and then we might be in a position to ask questions. So for such complex vakyarthas or such complex concepts, understanding is the first step, and then or grasping is the first step, and then we can at least come up with some questions that worth are discussing. So there are some good questions over here, but I don't want to deviate from the discussion that we are doing. Let's move on to the second question. As I mentioned, it's already 1 hour since we started the class. I am only going to explain question number 2 and question number 3, and then we will conclude. In the tomorrow's class, I will explain all the 3 answers. So tatra dvitiyah prashnaha. Let's go back and remind ourselves what was the second question. So the second question was अप्रथमा समानाधिकरणे इति पर्युदासः उत प्रसज्य प्रतिषेधः. Is this paryudasa or is this prasajya pratishedha? Now obviously all of us, I'm sure, remember what is a paryudasa and what is a prasajya pratishedha, but let me anyway quickly bring it on the surface of memory. So this paryudasa and prasajya pratishedha, these are the two aspects that we discussed when we talked about adesha upadeshe ashiti. So ashiti iti tatra akarayana prarambha tatra nay samasa asti. So anytime you have a negation with an somebody is very nicely saying brahmanaha, that's a patent example that is given for explaining the difference between paryudasa and prasajya pratishedha. So anachicha sut napumsakasya आदेश उपदेशे अशिति इत्यत्र सर्वत्र पर्युदासः उत प्रसज्य प्रतिषेधः इति प्रश्नः नित्यं क्रियते. सो इत्यनेन यत्र निषेधः कृतः अस्ति तत्र तादृशः निषेधः तत्र विद्यमानस्य न इत्यस्य केन सह अन्वयः इति प्रश्नः. सो in the paryudasa paksha, the anvaya is with the object. In the prasajya pratishedha paksha, the anvaya is with the kriya. In other words, in the paryudasa paksha, it is the entity that is being negated and it should be replaced by a similar looking entity. So for example, somebody says abrahmanam anaya. So abrahmanam anaya in the paryudasa paksha, which is a more natural interpretation, would mean that bring somebody who is not a brahmin. अब्राह्मणम आनय इत्युक्ते ब्राह्मणः नास्ति परन्तु तादृशः अस्ति. सो मे बी क्षत्रियम आनय, वैश्यम आनय, शूद्रम आनय. So अब्राह्मणम आनय in the paryudasa paksha will negate that brahmana entity and we will say bring somebody who is not a brahmin. On the other hand, if you take the same sentence abrahmanam anaya and force a prasajya pratishedha interpretation, then it is kriyayaha nishedha. So it is saying don't bring a brahman. Abrahmanam anaya in the first case will mean bring somebody other than a brahmin. So padarthasya nishedha asti viparita padarthasya apeksha. Who is non-brahmin maybe a kshatriya, so then you bring a kshatriya. So abrahmanam anaya ityatra padarthasya yada nishedha kriyate brahmanam uh, a non-brahmin, bring a non-brahmin iti tatra arthaha tatra paryudasah asti uchyate. परंतु अब्राह्मणम आनय इत्यस्यार्थः डोंट ब्रिंग अ ब्राह्मण इति अस्ति तर्हि तत्र क्षत्रियम् आनयति अर्थः न भवति. If you bring a kshatriya, that is okay. If you don't bring anybody and come sing alone on your own, that is also okay. But don't bring a brahmana. So that's a kriyayaha nishedhaha viparita padarthaha tatra napekshate. You don't necessarily require an opposite or a complementary substance. So in this particular sutram, latashatrushanachau aprathama samanadhikarane iti vadamaha. And now when you interpret this aprathama samanadhikarane as a paryudasa, it will mean negation of the entity prathama. And the negation of prathama is dvitiya, tritiya, chaturthi, whatever. So viparita padarthasya apeksha kriyate, dvitiya vibhakti apekshate, tritiya vibhakti apekshate, and so on. So then the sutra will mean that the lat will get converted to shatru and shanaj when there is some non-prathama samanadhikaranyam. So samanadhikaranyam is compulsory, prathama should not be there. So there should be dvitiya, tritiya, chaturthi, similar samanadhikaranyam. So if you take the sutram latashatrushanachava prathama samanadhikarane and interpret it in the paryudasa fashion, then it will mean that the lat will get converted to shatru or shanaj when there is dvitiya, tritiya, chaturthi, and so on samanadhikaranyam. On the other hand, if you take latashatrushanachava prathama samanadhikarane and interpret it in the prasajya pratishedha manner, then it will mean that lata will get converted to shatru and shanaj as long as there is no prathama samanadhikaranyam. So that kriya has been negated. There is no prathama samanadhikaranyam. There might be literally none samanadhikaranyam, or if there is a samadhikaranyam, it will be dvitiya, tritiya, and so on. So the adesha happens when there is no samanadhikaranyam. So that is, it is okay to have no samanadhikaranyam at all. But if there happens to be some samanadhikaranyam, then it should not be prathama samanadhikaranyam. So that is the difference between paryudasa paksha and prasajya pratishedha paksha. And obviously, anytime you have a word that has a naya samasa starting with an like this, anachicha, suda napumsakasya, adecha upadeshe, ashiti, and so on, you have to answer this question: is it a paryudasa or is it a prasajya pratishedha? So that is the second question that is being discussed in the vakyartha. So द्वितीय प्रश्न से आशयः तु स्पष्टः एव. It is always funny when he commentaries say स्पष्टः and then give lines after lines explaining what is already स्पष्ट. So द्वितीय प्रश्न से आशयः स्पष्टः एव. पर्युदास पक्षे लादीनाम. So he is now explaining the paryudasa paksha. Ladinam prathamant bhinnena samanadhikaranye sati. You negate the prathama, immediately dvitiya or tritiya is coming. Samanadhikaranyam is not to be negated. Prathama is to be negated. So prathamant bhinnena samanadhikaranye sati shatrushanachau kartavyau iti sutrarthaha. In the prasajya pratishedha paksha, it is samanadhikaranyam that can be negated. So you don't care about a samanadhikaranyam, or if there is a samanadhikaranyam, it will be non-prathama. So prasajya pratishedhe tu vina nimittam. Don't care about samanadhikaranyam. Latashatrushanachau bhavataha prathama samanadhikaranye tu na bhavataha. If there is a samanadhikaranyam, it cannot be prathama. So prathama samanadhikaranye tu na bhavata iti sutrartha phalati. So obviously the question over here is evancha paryudasamashritya prathamaha pakshaha or prathamaha arthaha adriyate svikriyate ut prasajya pratishedhamashritya द्वितीयः अर्थः आद्रीयते इति प्रश्नस्य आशयः. Do you resort to paryudasa paksha or do you resort to prasajya pratishedha paksha? Now somebody might say, what kind of distinction is this? When you say a brahmanam anaya, a must be linked to brahmana. There is no relationship between a and anaya. It is, you cannot even think of prasajya pratishedha over there. I mean, thinking of prasajya pratishedha itself is a bad idea, some purva pakshin might say, because when you say a brahmana anaya, clearly the anvaya of a is with brahmana. There is no samarthya between a and anaya. A is somewhere else, anaya is somewhere else. There is absolutely no relationship. It has to be paryudasa. Why would a question also arise like this? So some Purva Pakshin might say like that. So that's what he's saying. Nacha katham aya vikalpaha yujjate. Please don't say that how can an option also even exist. He is not presenting the Purva Paksha, he is directly assuming the Purva Paksha and giving you an answer. So what is the Purva Paksham? The Purva Paksha is that if you say sentence like a brahmana manaya, or even over here if you say a prathama, the word a is linked with prathama, it is not linked with samanadhikaranyam. We are not saying a samanadhikaranye prathama or something like that. We are saying a prathama samanadhikaranye. So a has to be linked with prathama, which means the only acceptable paksha is a paryudasa paksha. Why are you even bringing the prasajya pratishedha, unnecessarily complicating things? Is the purva pakshin. The answer is now being given over here. Nacha kathamayam vikalpaha yujjate. And he is explaining the Purva Paksha argument in the next sentence. Yato hi प्रतिषेध पक्षे क्रियया साकं सह क्रियया सह नयर्थस्य अन्वयात् सामर्थ्य अभावेन समासस्यैव असंगतेः. So he says in the prasajya pratishedha paksha, the negation has to be done with the kriya, on the kriya. But in statement like a brahmana or in statement like a prathama samanadhikaranye, a does not have an anvaya with the kriya. So nayarthasya samarthya abhavena. So because there is no such relationship, you cannot even have a interpretation like this. Samasa seva asangate, the nay samasa on the kriya, it's not even possible. So prasajya pratishedhe kriyaya sakam nayarthasya anvayat samarthyasya abhavena samasasya asangatehe etadrusham chintanam na karaniyam. Etadrushaha विकल्पः कथम युज्यते इति प्रश्नः न करणीया किमर्थम. In fact, he continues the purva paksha again. So till iti vacham over here, till iti vacham, he's continuously talking about the purva paksha. So then he explains that why it has to be only the prasajja, only the first, the paryudasa. प्रकृते तु अप्रथमा समानाधिकरण इति समासेन निर्देशात्. So this and prathama, this is the samasa that is over here. Therefore obviously it is paryudasa. Why are you even asking a question like that? इति निश्चयं कृत्वा प्रसज्य प्रतिषेधस्य आशंका कथं संगच्छते. Why are you even burning your head on difference between prasajya pratishedha and paryudasa? This has to be paryudasa. Don't say anything like this. This is not a correct Purva Paksha. Why it is not a correct Purva Paksha? Because in Vyakarana Shastra, many times we have seen examples where a Prasajya Pratishedha has been the final answer. So Anachicha, for example, if you go to this sutram Anachicha, Achaha Parasya Yaraha Dve Vastaha Nattu Achi. So in the sutram Anachicha, now I don't want to go in the details, but the Anachicha Sutram has been interpreted using the Prasajya Pratishedha and not using the Paryudasa. What it means? It means that even when there is no ach in front and when there is no hal in front, still Dvitvam will happen. So Ramata ityasya sthane Ramata iti double takarena sah prayogaha bhavitum arhati. Avadat ityasya sthane Avadatta इति डबल तकारेण प्रयोगः भवितुम् अर्हति. किमर्थम्? अनचिच इति तत्र प्रसज्य प्रतिषेधः आश्रियते. So all this everybody is already expected to know. So let me quickly read this particular argument. So starting with na cha up to vacham, here there is the purva paksha. न च कथम अयं विकल्पः युज्यते यतो हि प्रसज्य प्रतिषेधे क्रियया साकं नयर्थस्य अन्वयात् सामर्थ्य अभावेन समासस्यैव असंगतेः प्रकृते तु अप्रथमा समानाधिकरणे इति समासेन निर्देशात् पर्युदासः एव इति निश्चये सति प्रसज्य प्रतिषेधस्य आशंका कथं संगच्छते इति वाच्यम्. Don't say any of this. Lakshanurodhat. Laksha is the sutram. In the sutram or laksha over here is the final whatever word that is generated. So lakshanurodhat bahutra tatha ashrayanat. So in order to generate a final correct word like ramata with a double takara, lakshanurodhat bahutra yatha anachicha ityatrapi tadrishaha eva ashraya svikriyate. So yatha vak. He gives another example, double kakara, vak ityadi laksha siddhyaye. Laksha is the final word, the sadhu shabda that has been coming out. In order to justify the double kakara in vak, we have no choice but to accept the paryuda, the prasajya pratisheda interpretation of anachicha. Because if you resort to paryudasa interpretation of anachicha, then it will force us to have a non-ach entity over there, which is hal. A non-ach entity will be hal. But we in vak kakarasya dvitvam bhavati tatra agre kimapi nasti avasanam asti. तथापि तत्र ककारस्य द्वित्वं भवति. सो नॉन अच् इत्येव तत्र अच् न भवेत् इत्येव तत्र सम्यक् उत्तरम्. अतः तस्य सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्र प्रसज्य प्रतिषेधस्यैव आश्रयः स्वीकर्तव्यः. सो लक्ष्यानुरोधात् बहुत्र तथा आश्रयणात् यथा वाक् इत्यादि लक्ष्य सिद्धये अनचिच इत्यत्र समासे सत्यपि. So in anachicha, the samasa is between achi and na. It is a samasa not with the kriya dvitva. The dvitva is the kriya. That's not what is being participating in the samasa. The samasa is between na and acha, but we break that samasa mentally and associate the na with the dvitva. So anachicha ittitra samase satyapi pratishedaha ashritah. So when we break this samasa and link na with dvitva, the sutra will mean dvitvam na bhavati achi pare. So achaha parasya yaraha dvestaha natu achi. Dvitvam na bhavati achi pare, which means that tatra hal asti ched dvitvam bhavati, kimapi nasti chedapi tatra dvitvam bhavati. So then everything follows properly. So वाक इत्यादि लक्ष्य सिद्धे अनचिच इत्यतर समासे सत्यपि. You break that samasa, you make a mental association of nay samasa with dvitvam prasajya pratishedah ashritah. Ataha atra tat paksha ashankayam na doshaha. Similarly, over here also, it is perfectly acceptable to put a question like this, Paryudasa and Prasajya versus Prasajya Pratisheda, and then ask, is this a Paryudasa Paksha that is being given, or is this a Prasajya Pratisheda Paksha that is given? So that's the second question. Dvitiyaha prashnaha kaha asti? Atra Paryudasa Pakshaha Ashritah, no chetatra Prasajya Pratishedha Pakshaha. So the answer of that, I'll obviously give out right now. It is the Prasajya Pratishedha Paksha. The reason why he says all these things is because the final argument that he is going to put forth is the Prasajya Pratishedha Paksha, the more complex one. The kriya is being negated. That paksha is the final answer, but it's not that simple. He beautifully demonstrates the problems in each of the pakshas, and then he will say when both the pakshas have problems, we eventually pick up a paksha which has a lesser number of problems. So in tomorrow's class we will learn this, that even if we say prasajya pratishedha, there are some problems. Even if we say paryudasa, there are still some problems. So then we actually count the number of problems, and in paryudasa paksha there are more problems, in prasajya pratishedha paksha there are less problems. We have to resort to one of them, so eventually we resort to prasajya pratishedha. That is the conclusion. Very beautiful explanation is given in the answer. We will see that in the tomorrow's class. And then tritiyaha prashnaha, actually the simplest one, we have already studied it in the course. Sutre स्पष्टतया अप्रथमा समानाधिकरण्यम इति उक्तमस्ति. सो सूत्रे स्पष्टतया अप्रथमा समानाधिकरण्ये सत्येव शत्रुशानचौ भवतः सत्येव शत्रुशानचोः विधानं कृतमस्ति. तथापि पचन पठति देवदत्तः. सो वैलिड प्रयोग. Pachamanaha pathati devadattaha. So I mean, when we studied this, I continuously said that Bhashyakara justified this, Bhashyakara justified this. Now this is our time to understand how exactly Bhashyakara justified this. So, Pachan pathati devadattaha, Pachamanaha pathati devadattaha, ityadau. Prathamam tenaiva samanadhikaranyam kathak shatrushanachau bhavataha. So how do you actually, how does the Bhashyakara justify this over here? Katham shatrushanachau sangachete. And obviously, you cannot just say these prayogas are incorrect. Nacha etau prayogau asadhu ityeva mantavyau. किमर्थं तत्र प्रयोगे दृश्यन्ते प्रयोगशरणाः वैयाकरणाः काव्येषु लोके च बहुधा प्रयोगदर्शनात् तस्मात् कथं ते प्रयोगाः समर्थनीयाः इति. So obviously the answer over here is you have a vibhasha, nanvor vibhasha iti sutrat vibhasha grahanena atra sarvam sangachyate. But that particular answer, again, how he comes to that answer is the more beautiful aspect, and that we will see in the tomorrow's class. So we are almost out of time. The three questions that we put in front of us today: lakarasya aprathama samanadhikaranyam katham yujyate, अप्रथमा समानाधिकरणे सति सॉरी अप्रथमा समानाधिकरणे इति पर्युदासो वा प्रसज्ज प्रतिषेधो वा and prathama samanadhikaranye sati pachan pathati pachamanaha pathati ityadi prayogaha katham sangachante. So we'll stop over here with these particular three questions. Those of you who are interested, please go over this particular annotated document at least and try to understand the red lines are the purva paksha, the orange or red lines are the purva paksha, the green lines are the uttara paksha. Try to understand these. Otherwise, in tomorrow's class, we will go over these particular answers. I'll, summarize the problems in first 5 minutes, and then I'll jump over the answers. So samapayamaha, as I mentioned, all this is purely intellectual food for thought. Do not take any tension for the exam. The class will be uploaded within a few hours so that you can listen to the class again. And the PDF is already there. I have already emailed the PDF, so everybody has the PDF. Please go through it. And last point, this is not for the exam. This is purely for intellectual happiness. If you are not getting intellectual, happiness or satisfaction from this, please skip tomorrow's class. Then this material is not for you. Only those who think this is very interesting aspects of grammar, you should definitely join this and study it for purely for the sake of studying. We will not have exercises, we will not have homework, we will not have exam questions on these particular points. So श्वः पुनरेकवारम् अस्मिन्नेव समये तावत् पर्यन्तम् अष्टाध्ये जगन्माता यस्य चित्तात् समुत्थिता वेदानामुपकाराय तस्मै पाणिनये नमः शब्दब्रह्म समाराध्य कृतवान्यो विलक्षणं सर्वाश्चर्यमिदं शास्त्रं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः येन धौता गिरः पुंसां विमलैः शब्दवारिभिः तमश्चाज्ञानजं भिन्नं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः. धन्यवादः.